Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. I am Amar Amari. I'm the founder of Tribal Unity Organization, where your mental, your physical, your spiritual, and your financial well-being is of our concern. And today we're going to be talking about the mindset. The mindset. I am not your robot, I am not a clone, yeah. You are not my puppeteer and I am not a drone, yeah. Got a new master and I follow him alone. Only good life till I'm gone. It's on. Hey, I was born less than human. I know it sounds crazy, but I was really born a robot as a baby. No real life in me. I just played my role. No self-control. I just did what I was told. I got my first order. I was just a day old, but I didn't have a chance because my heart was way cold. My heart took the orders. It couldn't break the mold. So undermined and I couldn't take control. So I was just chilling in my robot clothes with my robot friends and my robot flows, living robot ways, cause that's all I know. Till I heard I could be free from my robot soul. I'm like, why you always trying to control me? You are not my boss, that's the old me. Obviously, you don't know my style. I'm not a robot now. I am not a robot. I'm not a robot now. I am not a robot. I'm not a robot now. So with that being said, we've been programmed. We've been programmed in our mindsets. So let's flip flop that. So set your mind. Set your mind. So now we have to set our mind. So let's look up, a few of the definitions in regards to mindset. We're going to look up the definition of set. And one of the definitions of set is to present as a model, place before others as a standard, to establish for others to follow. A lot of us have had the wrong information disseminated to us, and because of the wrong information, we have the wrong mindsets. And because of the wrong mindset, has us going in the wrong direction. And ultimately, because of us going in the wrong direction, has caused our lives to be chaotic. And also has caused us to have to backtrack because, see, the wrong information is like being misinformed with the wrong directions when you're trying to go to a particular point of destination. And so what happens is, what you have to do once you find out you're going the wrong way, now you have to backtrack. You have to start all over again and try to make up for the lost time because of you receiving the wrong directions that had you going in the wrong direction. So ultimately, that's what occurs in our life because of us being misinformed about how life actually works. It ultimately causes our lives to be chaotic because we receive the wrong information. For instance, young men are being taught G's up, hoes down, and but I was taught myself personally that you pull out the chair for a woman. You open up the door for a woman. You speak to a woman romantically. I was taught it was okay for a man to express the way that he feels. And unfortunately, because of some men being taught the wrong way, the reason why they treat the woman the wrong way because they've been taught the wrong way. The reason why some women conduct themselves in the wrong manner is because they've been taught, how to conduct themselves in the wrong manner. A lot of it is because of the lack of proper upbringing. All right. This is the reason why a lot of males and females have issues, especially within the, I would say the so-called African community, is because of not being properly raised. And so thus you have a man and a woman looking at each other in awe and baffled by one another because of the way the mindsets have been shaped. And so thus, if you have two different mentalities, there's no harmonious social interaction between the opposite sexes because of them both not having the proper training or being taught, properly and what have you. Because see, you're being trained even by what you observe, and also by what you hear. This is the reason why a lot of young men dress the way that they dress, because they follow after the gangster rappers and they find that to be intriguing, and they find that to be a way to live their lives, which that's totally the wrong way to live your life. It should never be a sister being called a female dog. That should never come out of our mouths. But unfortunately, that's what these young men are being taught by what they hear. By what they hear. So it's time for the correct information so we can have the correct mindset that'll have us going in the right direction. This is the reason why you have racism in the world, because of the misinformation, because of the way people have been taught. So in essence, their minds have been set in that fashion, and that's the reason why they conduct themselves the way that they do, because of the way that they have been taught. So with that being said, it's time for us to unlearn the misinformed way that we've been taught how to conduct ourselves. Some of us, when we were younger, we were taught as young men that we shouldn't show our emotions. Only weak men show how they feel. But that's the reason why a lot of our women don't feel loved, because we're not taught to show them compassion. We're not taught to show the way we feel. We're not taught to express ourselves. So in essence, what happens is you have a young man who's what they call hardcore, and that's why he's hardcore, because his heart is hard, and so because of the way he's been trained. And some women don't know how to cook and clean and carry themselves properly as women, because they didn't have the proper examples around them, as well as the proper teaching. So let's continue to come together and to seek out wisdom and to listen to wise principles, because only morality is going to change these things. It doesn't matter how rich somebody is. It's the mindset of the person that is conducting the racist act. For instance, LeBron James is a millionaire. However, it didn't stop his home from being vandalized and the racial slur of nigger being stamped on his residence. Peace and blessings. Again, I'm Amar Mari. Thank everybody for tuning in and supporting this YouTube channel. I thank you so much for taking out the time to listen, and hopefully you share this with someone, because sharing is caring and may help change their life. Peace.